Hello there, Serpent of Chaos. Great to have you. I'm VK. Of course. Good to see you too, T-Man. Hello there, Jose. What's going on? Not much. I need to get back into the habit of live streaming more. I've been slacking. Hey, Dark Life. Spanish brother. Awesome. Great to have you. I'm almost finished reading Noctulius. I'm really liking it so far. I really like the combination of psychic vampirism with the 5 elements of Chinese medicine and the use of acupuncture points. That really interests me. Now, keep in mind, I'm really not a good source of information when it comes to, Eastern spirituality in general. So I didn't know what this ancestral energy was until I read his book. Hey, El. Yeah, dude, you can come on again sometime. I don't have any guests scheduled. But yeah, stuff about draining ancestral energy is interesting. Because, of course, it's supposedly the energy of your heritage. The idea that you can drain it from someone and, cause them to pass away and thereby restock your own store of ancestral energy, that really stands out to me. I'm going to have to find my own method for doing that remotely. I'm going to abuse that information. Y'all have no idea. You're watching me from Ghana? Great to have you, man. Noctulius has been a hard read for Jared. The interest is there, but it's few and far between, completely different from Scholomance. This is actually the first of Blackwood's books that I've ever read. People tell me his other work's better, but I was specifically interested in this because he traced back the origins of Noctulius. Because I've been trying, because the O9A's deities don't come from the O9A. I was able to trace back the origin of, Sorek, Tonos, Davkina, etc., but I had not been able to find the origins of Noctulius, and he was able to. Who do the elites really worship? I think it's, how do I put this? Most occultists throughout time, most prominent ones have been Christian. Agrippa, Eliphas Levi, so on and so forth. Whichever occultists are among them, I think they're Christian occultists, not satanic ones. Now everyone's saying they follow Moloch, which I'm so tired of that conversation. Happy birthday, Fluxatine. The golden calf. Hail the ladies and lords of primordial darkness, indeed. Thank you, Ignis. But yeah, right now people are trying to say that he's a Satanist because of a transaction that got leaked, which shows the words bail.name, where you should see bank.name. Fact-checking websites believe that this is an error made by optical character recognition software. Like, it's supposed to be bank, but it accidentally said bail. And now people are drawing that age-old supposed Moloch connection because of the whole Bohemian Grove thing, which is also bullshit. Moloch was not depicted as an owl. Jared never read Blackwood's first book. He wanted and still wants to get his third, the encyclopedia one. Noctulius is not bad. I just found a fewer snippets of interesting info in it than I thought I would. It's understandable. Yeah, I'm tired of Moloch being slandered too. Hey, Zoe. And hey, James. Is there a sigil for Algol? Yeah. Look up the Bohemian stars on Wikipedia. There's sigils for all 15 of them. I recommended performing love spells with the approval of both partners. What do you recommend if your partner is Christian? Um, she probably won't want a demonic love spell, and I think you should respect that boundary. One of my local agnostic friends decided to become a baby witch or a beginner witch. I'm pretty stoked about that. Lower your power level. Looking at you is making my third eye hurt. Sorry to hear that, man. I remember there's one chick I FaceTimed who was so energy sensitive that she was like stuttering while trying to speak to me until I like concealed my energy a bit. Pretty sure it's concealed now, so if you can still sense it, that's an impressive feat on your part. Will they ever start offering apprenticeships again? Not online, no. If a local friend wants to get apprenticed, then I can do that. But I don't, I think online mentorship is overrated. I've had 3 mentors and I'm still mostly self-taught. I've had 3 mentors and 3 leaders. Still mostly self-taught. Bro is aura maxing? Always. Coming in here like Yuta Okatsu. My power level is over 9,000. Yo, my little brother was into Dragon Ball Z growing up, so for Christmas I got him like a Dragon Ball lamp. It was actually pretty cool. But uh after I gave it to him, he's like, cool. So where are the other 6? No. Has my friend gotten possessed yet? Nah, I don't think she'll. It's a woman, and I don't think she'll ever want to try that. She's getting into spell work, but I don't see any reason to believe she'll be drawn to demons. She always had a really strong intuition. So when we first met, the fact that I was an occultist kind of low key freaked her out. She didn't say anything mean about it, but it bothered her. But when she walked into here and felt the energy from the rituals I performed, she says she immediately knew she was safe. VK doesn't actually have a light in this room. It's just the aura coming off the sacred couch. Is it true when a practicing occultist couple have a kid together, the child is naturally more powerful and evolved? I think so. I guess that would be a result of the ancestral energy that the book Noctulius was talking about. Yeah, a lot of people you do use mentorship in a predatory way. They'll have like domination spells on their apprentices. One common thing for young female occult creators is they'll meet an older male occult creator who will present themselves as like a mentor, but there will be an ulterior motive. It's a matter of time before they're covered in domination spells and love spells. Hey, Cornwallis. Can you do an initiation rite at a cemetery? Yeah. That'd especially be good for a Hecatean ritual or a Goetic one. Oh, one thing, if any of y'all work with the ascended vampires, undead gods, whatever you want to call them, one thing one of Hecate's spirits told me to do is before you summon them, well, summon them at a cemetery while lying on a grave in the shape of an inverted cross to make the ritual even more potent. How can you hear and see spirits clearly in the shortest possible time? Consistent chakra meditation and divination. Visualization exercises as well. Is it dangerous to try to do magic in the woods without seeking approval or connection with the local land? I don't think so. I'm sure there are some environments where that would be risky, but generally speaking, I haven't had issues like that. You plan on doing a lot of stuff during your 10-month trip in the Appalachian Mountain next year. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Demons can help to win lottery? No. Demons aren't going to help you win the lottery. They're going to help you start a business, get a promotion, stuff like that. They want you to evolve. And frankly, to my understanding, people who win Powerball and shit usually wind up worse off than they were before they started. Any spirit to transport material objects. I think the shadow people are good with that. I've never used it in any productive way. I just wanted to show a friend because it was cool. I hadn't noticed, but he had left his cigarettes on my altar. He saw it as just another He didn't realize you weren't supposed to lay stuff off there. But I burned some rainforest incense as an offering to the shadow people and asked to let him watch something cool. And they actually teleported his cigarettes off of my altar. Time to make esoteric snow angels on my local cemetery. God damn it. I imagine unknowingly doing shit on old Indian grounds would not be a great idea. Yeah, you're probably right. If you don't know how to manage your money, getting a bunch at once fucks up your life. That's true. Winning the lottery sounds great in theory. Daniel Hussein tried it. Didn't fucking work. Keep in mind, in addition to the fact that the demons are here to evolve, if you invest in the lottery, you aren't going to be the only misguided occultist trying to manifest it. And there's going to be a bunch of Christians, Muslims, etc. praying that they'll win it. So all that spiritual energy is probably going to cancel out. Ever practiced the Lima magic? No, not really. Yeah. Hey VK, got any tips on getting close to the ancestors? No, I know how to work with my ancestors, but I can't tell you how to work with yours. I do not, Robert. The lottery is not a good investment? Exactly. Demons helped me become self-employed for 6-7 years running. I didn't even do that on purpose, but 6-7. But yeah, that's how they work. Have I ever struggled with isolation on this path? Yeah, for a bit there. A lot of the friends I was super close with moved away one by one. So I still had local friends, but they weren't the really close ones, and I felt pretty lonely then. And I used to make friends through work, but now that I'm self-employed, that didn't work. Fortunately, now that one of my pals is back from deployment and another new friend has emerged, I'm feeling a lot better now. Could the gift of Algol, which is one of my empowerment services, be considered like a further secondary initiation into the infernal pantheon/current? Because I've already done the demonic pantheon initiation from your site. I'm not sure if I would call it an initiation. It's just an empowerment. They only wanted you to be employed for 6 to 7 years. Oh, I'm still self-employed, to be clear. It's like 6 to 7 and counting. Am I the only person who is memeing the one true king of demons? I'm not sure. Appreciate my perspective. I'm glad to hear it. Hi, VK. Marvis asked me to marry him in one of the rituals I had with him. What does it mean? Some people engage in what people call God spousal. We are more or less in a romantic relationship with a deity, demon, etc. God spousal is what Zoomers call it, but my spirits refer to marriage to demons as black betrothal. Dark Life servitors probably can do that, at least some of them, but I don't work with servitors. Did I get y'all to like the stream for me? Helps more people see it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to learn how to feed off people's ancestral energy. I'm thinking I'll work with Laura Vaith for that, since she presides over ancestral magic. I'm thinking a spell that calls on Laura Vaith and Vishali, those being Drelith. Vishali specializes in vampirism, Laura Vaith specializes in ancestral magic. You get the idea. Serpent never had any luck with servitors. Actual deities and entities are far more effective, I'm sure. When Ignis was meditating on his crown chakra with my eyes closed, I all of a sudden saw a huge ass light like the sun in my room above my head, but I kept my eyes closed. Had a super intense feeling with it. That's awesome. Got more witch talk drama still going on? Just the California wildfires thing. If there are other people making hateful posts about me, I haven't seen them. But yeah, basically, a schizophrenic woman named Dark Lady Aria is convinced that I caused the California wildfires, that I'm connected to a legion of super hackers, that I have hostages in my apartment. She thinks that every Arab immigrant who introduces himself to her is part of a Muslim rape gang that's trying to abduct her under my orders. It's just bizarre. No, I just sound the chants and hymns out the best you can and know it's good enough. You dropped TikTok a while ago? That reminds me, I started posting on Upscrolled. That's the app that a lot of people are moving to avoid the new censorship policies. Voil is good for getting out of court cases, and he rules like a network of colonies spread throughout various realms that are not demonic. So this being is an empire builder. As for Matrosius, good for shadow work. I've heard people. I always saw Baphomet as like a symbol, but there's enough people claiming to be working with a being named Baphomet that I can't really dismiss it anymore. Nonetheless, I don't know how this being would stack up to others. What can Beleth help you with other than love stuff? I don't remember off the top of my head, but if you go to my website and type Beleth in the search bar, I have a whole essay. You'll have to use your computer, not your phone. People can't find the search bar and they're using their phone. Is it normal to have your sense of self be dissolved when you open your chakras? The Hindus call it samadhi. Yeah, the ego can disappear. It'll wax and wane, though. Is Bagul from Sinister a real demon? Yeah, that's just another name for Pruflos. So, for those of you who don't know, the Goetia was based off the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. The Goetia recorded 72 demons, but Pseudomonarchia Daemonum recorded 69. Yes, you can laugh at that. So the Goetia added 4 demons and removed 1 from the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. Pruflos, or Bagul, is the one that they removed. And yes, I have an essay on him too. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you all so much for coming.